So hello, back here once again with Ogenix and with Azina, and we're now going to talk about R.O.T.O.R. I know previously we've done some stuff on R.O.T.O.R. on this channel before with Mikey back in the day. I'm not sure if that video is still up. I do recall that this movie has gotten a re-release and an upgrade, so it's somehow still in the zeitgeist. Yeah, you keep snickering. Somehow it's still getting around. This thing's like a blight on the universe. This thing's worse than Manos Hands of Fate. That says something.
I don't know how this beat can pull off something this bad.
Yeah, honestly, we were talking, and we're talking seriously a little while ago. This might be the worst movie we've ever watched. The only reason we survived through it so easily is because we literally kept leaning into it like we were a bunch of professional rifters on a commentary channel, because there's just no way to sit through this thing and just not become extremely bored or extremely irritated otherwise.
I was either bored or um so into the point of questioning what the hell was happening.
Oh yeah. So I guess I'll give my final thoughts on this movie. While the main plot of it is interesting and could have been good, the fact that it's so interspliced with a bunch of random bullshit that just seems to pop out of nowhere, and the fact that they had to spend time on Willard the robot, the only likable character in the entire movie, and he's literally a joke character. We like the joke character more than anyone else in this film. And he's this like really stiff like 1980s robot who's just there for a moment and then leaves. He literally leaves halfway through the film because he's just like, I can't be bothered to be part of this anymore.
I was sad he was gone. It's like, no, I want to go back to him.
Literally over the phone, he just was like, I'd like to turn in my tenure.
Oh man.
Yeah, Hazina's over there cackling away. I can hear a little bit of the laughter static.
That might actually I was laughing. That might be my freaking fan.
Oh, you might be your fan? Okay, that might explain it then. Because I know it was picking up something there, a little bit here and there.
Let me turn it off just so they don't do that for the rest of the recording.
Or change the angle or something, yeah. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky with this microphone. I'm actually right in the fan right now, and it doesn't hear anything but me. But yeah, you continue my final thoughts. Yeah, it has an interesting plot that could have been really good, but it's just so much hokey garbage around it that doesn't make any sense and just kind of takes away from it. As a matter of fact, the more it does, the more it confuses you, because the people behind it are apparently so inept that they forget that certain things do or don't exist. Literally, the joke from Mystery Science Theater, space is warped and time is bendable, is quite honest, a real thing in this movie constantly. It changes from midday to noon to early morning in a blink of an eye, and suddenly people have things in their cars that didn't exist 2 minutes ago. I don't get it. It's so weird. You're just sitting there here going, how that happened? We don't know.
Yeah.
It just did.
Yeah. Oh my God, the point where 1 minute he's using a car phone, and then instead, when we spend the next scene in the same car, he has a walkie-talkie system instead of a phone. And like, what? How
did he get that? And then suddenly he's making contact with the woman in the car who went back to her own car that doesn't have any of these things in it. What?
But now it has a walkie-talkie. Like, it's like, she didn't run away in a police car where that would actually make sense.
No, exactly.
She was in a normal car. Her car, or her.
I believe it was still her car. Yeah, technically her fiance's car. Her dead fiance, so it's not hers anyways.
So it's like, last time I checked, normal civilian cars don't have walkie-talkies in them.
Not unless they built them into them for some reason.
But
here's rubber duck.
My thought is, like, it could have been an interesting idea for a plot. The problem is it literally just takes so many from everything else. RoboCop, Terminator, even to a degree, Judge Dredd, with the whole, judge and execute aspect.
There's a lot of good things that it picked up good cues on, and then it just did butt kiss with it.
Well, because you literally have it stuck on just him chasing on one person most of the time, instead of literally, going on a killing spree, which is something you want to see with a, killer robots.
There is a bit of that, but also I have to admit it must be a budget or something. Somebody didn't plan this thing ahead of time enough, and it just is boring.
Like how he left his ranch. It was clearly in the morning.
Yeah,
it was at midday.
It's like
and then it was morning
midday,
again.
and then all of a sudden it's barely dawn as he's riding into the town. It's like, what? Time reversed. He gets to the police department. Time is back to normal again. He's inside, and apparently it's evening already. I don't know anymore.
Time is spaces.
And the police officers are this close to breaking the fourth wall and almost looking at the camera as they're having a rant about a guy treating them poorly. This is like, whoa.
Yeah, in regards to the budget, it's like I said this a couple times where I think R.O.T.O.R's voice was probably the best effect in the movie, but he barely talked.
Yeah. He barely talked, and half the time you can't hear him because he's not close enough to the microphone and it's really blurred. So you just hear a bunch of which sounds menacing, but he's supposed to be trying to say something, and you can't make out a syllable.
It's not working. Raise the voice.
But I would also assume that if there are better versions of this movie out there, it might be worth us having a peek and seeing what that better version is like. Maybe they actually did fix the audio while they were at it, too. You never know.
Oh, yeah, because the music was way louder than everything else throughout the whole fucking movie.
And also, I noticed at the very end of this, at least our version of it, I would just say that, by the way, we are watching this off of the Sci-Fi Invasion DVD multi-pack, which this was released on like 5-6 years ago. It seems like it might have been ripped off of a VHS copy because all of a sudden the audio started like stubbing its toe. And I did recall at least one point during the middle of the weird, awkward silences, there was like a ripple effect, like it was an old VHS that was wearing out. So this was someone's recording of a bad VHS.
Yeah, because I noticed, near the end, it just suddenly there was random hear noise, blip. Then hear noise, blip.
Crackle, and then a line went right through the screen.
It's like, is somebody scratching the film?
That or somebody accidentally dropped it.
Well, that's probably a probability.
Only once, maybe twice. And Sloth then threw his mother into the water. The end.
A lot of movie films were not taken care of well.
No. Matter of fact, I actually looked on the specials on Manos, since Manos was the previous episode we've watched. I found out that then they got the negatives for the big visual upgrade. It was so poorly taken care of that there was like black slop all over the film. They had to literally clean that thing frame by frame. 3 guys over 6 months had to clean that thing frame for frame and try and get it as nice looking as possible before they could start even doing the transfer. It was just that, it was like literally just filming a tin can, and the film was slowly going black gunk from 30, 40 years ago.
So should we try to bother with favorite scene considering how bored we
We still
We should still do favorite scene because I guarantee you there's a scene that made you cackle at least once.
But we still gotta finish it. You want me to go next?
You can keep going if you have some more you want to say on it. Yeah, we pretty much all just started doing our own final thoughts all at once.
Well, oh no, I got some specific things I wanted to say for my final thoughts. It's like, throughout the Outhouse, Oz and Crew reviews, and now this, they're all kind of the same series more or less, just because it's just us hanging out and watching bad movies or watching a series that we know is going to have a bad movie in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, this is going to be part of my ongoing review series, but definitely at this point, it's going to kind of kick off like it's a returning from the previous review shows.
Well, the thing is, we like, and in much how like Matt McMuscles does his worst fighting game, where he keeps seeing if every new bad fighting game he plays can dethrone the previous king. We keep going into bad movies, wondering if it'll dethrone the previous king. And
For a long
I have
time,
to
that's
s-
been Jason Goes to Hell. So
I think we might have agreed that Ghostbusters reboot was worse, but I can't remember for sure.
I do recall us saying it was definitely a very close challenger. At
But
least for butchering the franchise, it definitely was a equal tender.
but there's just there were so many bad movies we went into that I went in expecting to hate it more than we did. And
Yeah.
I just didn't hate it that much. This I absolutely just hated because it was
I
boring
believe you
and
took
stupid.
2 shots today, didn't you, for this film?
Yes, I
Yes.
did because I was giving the word early on. Um, it was like The Room. The Room was a terrible movie. There's no getting around that. But at least you can laugh at Tommy Wiseau's weird inflections in his voice when he's doing his lines. He has a bunch of really quotable, stupid lines in that movie.
Lots
There's
of weird,
nothing
horrible
like that.
moments all around in that thing. Yeah.
There's nothing like that in this. And
Actually, I would argue there's only one thing like it, and that's again the robot. But that's too far and few between.
and with the problem with the room, as we stated when we talked about the room, was that it felt like all the dialogue was a placeholder dialogue where there was something else that was supposed to be about that topic rather than the nothing that they said. In this, they say a real lot of words without saying anything because most of it's made up science terminology that doesn't actually
they have
mean
science babble.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or even worse, it's that they have like made up slang that I've never actually heard anyone use in real life in the movie, where it's just like they managed to fill like 3 minutes of characters talking and not saying anything. Like the head scientist and the other scientists when they're driving trying to go stop R.O.T.O.R. And they're saying all this philosophical stuff that amounts to nothing and has no actual effect on the plot.
Nothing, and has no
Yeah.
actual impact on the fight
Yeah.
except for, like I said, the one scene where she rips open R.O.T.O.R's chest, which is something she briefly mentioned, and he kept going, "No, don't do it, don't do it." In a very, and I give it even more motion and emoting than he did because the head scientist is like constantly clenching his teeth, so he's just like, "No, do it."
Which I love that apparently she's important to the creation of R.O.T.O.R, but literally doesn't even appear until literally the last quarter, and accumulates
Last
all
quarter,
to just
and
really.
she has like maybe 10 lines, most of it philosophical bullshit, and then the rest of it is action sequences where she starts getting her ass handed to her by R.O.T.O.R.
Yeah, like instead of using the gun like a gun, she goes up to try and beat it with him, and then he crushes her spine.
And after watching this,
humble.
I have immense respect for Manos' Hands of Fate in comparison.
Yeah, say what you
This
will about
is-
Manos. At least they were trying to make something happen. And they had
Yeah.
some very specific problems trying to make that film happen, but they still did it. This is just people slapping something together and they have no clue what the hell they're doing, like, at all.
This is at least the moment. This is the heavyweight champion of bad movies that we've watched.
Yeah, like literally
I-
the only reason I think we got through this movie as well as we did is because we would not stop hammering it. We kept every couple minutes the movie gave us another reason to go, huh? What the fuck is it doing now? Because it's just so inept.
Where there were a couple parts where the woman's trying to get away from R.O.T.O.R. and then she does something really dumb and then we're like, no, what are you doing? Why do you do that?
No, don't see ya, you idiot! Get out of there!
Dude, you see how slow he's walking? Why did you hide in the box? Just keep going.
Why are you
Also,
hiding? He literally walks like he's got nubs for feet and just keep running.
It's sad when RoboCop walks faster than this guy. Oh, also R.O.T.O.R has future vision.
Also, somehow R.O.T.O.R has future vision where he can rewind time to see what happened in the past so he can go into the present and keep chasing people.
Which made
There's-
no sense because it's not like he was tapping into the security cameras that
No.
were there.
Nope.
He just somehow magically had a recording of what happened.
Has a magical sensor that can rewind time to see what movement happened in the area and can go, oh, they went that way.
If they had done some other thing where he stopped and like look at the ground and could see like footprints, that would have made more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they would have actually done like a little trail thing where he could like look it down on the ground, see like an animated highlighted trail, go to a place and then back out of it and then chase it, continue chasing into the direction it goes in, that'd be one thing. But the fact that he can somehow has a security system that's just doesn't exist, but he can still tap into it somehow. Wild, crazy bullshit. And there's actually that'd be more for a moment thing. So are we good with? Or is there more that you want to cover?
I don't know if Kevin has anything he wants to. Sorry, OG, and says anything he wants to add for his final thoughts.
We're so used to calling
I-
Eugenics Kevin. Sorry.
I would totally have been for it if there was a spin-off TV series where it was about the robot and the scientist guy. I would watch that because
Fair.
that robot alone had more personality than everybody in the movie combined together.
I offer you this. We'll also get Johnny Five on the show.
Um,
And maybe
It's
Robbie
a-
the
there's-
Robot. That'd be fantastic.
but the actual villain, aka R.O.T.O.R, is so pathetic because you literally figure one is its weakness is literally loud noise. Very
At
early
first,
on.
we just think it's car horns, which is already bad enough a weakness to a road cop. But then
Well,
a
later-
radio cranked up too high
Yeah.
sets him off. It's like,
Well, I think it was playing country music, so we can go at least throw that in.
still, music is
Um,
music.
But it gets one person and then literally gets beaten by car horn and getting hit by car. Chases the one lady constantly because
For the next
sure,
hour.
there's probably other people. I
He
can't-
maims and
to be
knocks
fair-
out other people, including Bucktooth, Chef Guy, Big Jim McClane, and the two other buddies there, and Trucker and some, I guess, gas station attendee or something. But yeah,
Oh.
just knocks them out or tosses them around. Doesn't really do anything else otherwise.
Well,
I do also have to point out how unrealistic it is that while he's chasing this woman, so many people get in the way to try and stop what is clearly a cop. It's so bizarre. Like, that's not well written at all.
At
Mm.
least,
none
the
of them-
three guys that do it at the front of the restaurant actually start calling them out for being a cop and a piece of shite and a few other names.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
well,
else
the-
seems to just ignore it or just disappears.
But like
I mean,
the chef, like what chef would see a cop come in through the back door and go, "Hey, you can't be in here."
Yeah.
And pull a knife out on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
now
wouldn't
unless that
happen.
chef wanted to get messed up, which he did.
But the rednecks, maybe I could at least understand because especially in movies, rednecks are always consistently stupid, and literally, the first one just swings at him, fails. The second one decides.
He also calls him the F slur.
Oh yeah. The second one suddenly goes into a martial arts stance, goes for a kick, gets thrown across the room, and then big guy,
Big
redneck,
Jim McClane.
rips his shirt off like
That's a
he's a
reference, but I'm
freaking
keeping
like he's a WWC wrestler,
And just gets crushed and sent home
Yeah.
humble.
and so and the cop an evil RoboCop literally just crushes
Walks
ribs.
over him out the door.
Yeah. But no, it's just, and I get it maybe to a degree, yeah, because Terminator, the whole thing is he chases after one person. Everybody else that gets killed is just collateral. But
They
the
don't even
idea
kill in
is
this movie, as far as we can tell.
but the thing is, that's with Terminator. Terminator is after a particular target. With the evil RoboCop, he's just killing people that are breaking the law. But he does that with one person, and then continues to chase another person for the rest of the movie instead of, could have gone and killed other people that he thought was breaking the law. But we don't get that. So it just
but you
gets
also
more.
got to keep in mind that it's a robot, so it doesn't think like a person.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
also relatively new, so it doesn't really have that kind of logic. It just goes, this one's still committed a crime, and I'm still after them.
I get that. It just to me that makes the movie all the more boring because
It does.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's what it is. And yes, that makes this movie eat.
also if
So
just one last thing, I just feel like the Doctor Skill thing was just a complete waste of the character,
basically,
or at least
waste of character and waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
So without any further ado, favorite moments. Trying to think. There's actually a couple of them I really quite like. I think I'll go with the restaurant scene. Just the slapstick randomness of a bucktooth chef getting his comeuppance for trying to fight a cop, and then the dumb bumpkin buddies out in the front that get absolutely nailed by R.O.T.O.R. One of the few good moments of R.O.T.O.R. in it. It's a shame that it was the only one of the few times he actually gets to do anything other than chase a woman very slowly.
Mm.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. The rest of you, let's start with Eugenix.
As much as I could just throw about any scene with the robot, from the
No.
when they were from the beginning, I think actually the probably be my favorite scene is when Rotor's actually during the same section when Rotor chases the lady out of the restaurant, a big rig truck comes up, stops, gets tells the lady, "Come on, go do it," with also very redneck
Very
voice,
redneck voice, yeah.
and he's like just starts threatening the cop with a gun, and Rotor is just like. It's like
One of the few times
I don't.
Rotor's just like, F this, shoots him.
Yeah, shoots the trucker. The trucker goes down, and then goes, "You son of a bitch!" And shoots
Shoots him.
Rotor before dying. I'm like,
And the thing is, the line was not even delivered like he was bleeding out. It was very lucidly delivered.
He very lucidly delivered like he was still fine.
Yeah, I almost feel like that was just dubbed in just because they thought we need to throw.
It was obviously
words.
dubbed in. I kind of get like Farmer from beginning of Dragon Ball Z vibes from that moment.
Yeah. Oh, that's what happened.
Protect me, gun!
Yeah, so they're gone. They're still dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we've really gone off a topic.
We got way off topic. So
my favorite scene. My favorite scene was when the robot security. What's his name? Robot security guard.
William. I think it's William.
When William just flat out said, "Hasn't anyone ever watched Terminator?"
We were literally just calling out the Terminator references ourselves at that point, and then all of a sudden he just calls it to the fourth wall, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
If anything else, once again, that robot proves itself to be far more entertaining and far more interesting than anything else in the movie, and literally will even call out the movie itself while on screen.
Like I said,
I think it's the one.
They intentionally gave him comical lines, so it proved to me that the writers couldn't write comedy; they just couldn't write anything else.
Yeah, the writer could definitely do comedy. He could do reference comedy really well. Just couldn't write the actual movie itself. And probably got bored of it. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe. That or maybe the budget bombed it too, and that's why he just went, you know what, I'm just going to write this really stiff robot character. You can do whatever you want for a prop on screen, but I'm going to write him better than anything else because he's going to be the most entertaining thing about this garbage film.
It's just sadly he didn't have a career
after this. We don't even know who he is. He's just credited as William the Robot. We don't even know who did his voice. It's a mystery even on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that IMDb doesn't actually have the information on because IMDb didn't exist when the thing was originally made.
Mm-hmm.
I find no official record of it. It's not in the credits.
Yeah. There's no official record in the credits. It's hard to find out who it is unless somebody finally comes forward about it. And as far as I'm aware, no one's come forward for William, which is a darn shame.
Could be somebody that passed away by the time the internet was really in
Possibly
the swing.
too. Yeah, this is the 1980s, so maybe the voice actor moved on, or they just aren't aware and passed, or again may have passed away, because you never know. Over the 20-some years before that happened, before this movie took off again on the internet. Because a lot of people have definitely noticed this movie on the internet, which is, again, I think the reason why it got a upgraded release. So, alrighty. Favorite scenes, our thoughts on the movie. I think we're pretty much done on this one. The turd and a half, be careful what you wish for. Do not see this one alone, because you're going to need some friends to back you on this one. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next time.